Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's crack it. Today I am back with a new video which is about the automata coding questions which were asked in Cognizant exam last year. So before trying all these questions, try to pause the video and try the answer on your own. If you want to share anything or also any doubts, try to comment under this video. And guys, if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment to my videos. So for all these questions, we are given the function. So we are only given the function and the code contained in the function. So we have to find the errors within the function. It may be a syntactical error or also a logical error. Without any delay, let's start our first question. And before that, I would like to tell you guys, please stop the video, pause the video and try these questions on your own. For all the questions, you try on your own and try to solve the solution. Find out the error. So looking into the given code, some element, this is the function name. Here there are three arguments passed to this function: the size of an array and the array elements and the number k. So the logic of the function is if and only if the array element is even and also the array element is greater than 2 times the given number k, so it should be added to the sum, and finally sum should be returned. Sum is the output here. So but if you observe it, there is a small logical error that sum is updated every time, it is not added to the previous sum. So the only change to be done is sum is equals to sum plus the array element, or else sum plus is equals to array element. So that's the only change to be done in this code. Then this code will run perfectly. See here, sum plus is equals to input array. This is the only change made. If you have any doubts or if you want to share anything, please comment under this video. Then comes our second automata fix question. So here a simple function print Fibonacci. So we have to print the Fibonacci number and a simple code is given, and our arguments are only a single number which represents the total number of Fibonacci numbers to be printed. For example, if the argument is 5, we have to print 5 Fibonacci numbers series. So actually this code looks fine, everything looks fine, right? But there is a small error in it. Pause the video and try to find out it. And the logic of the Fibonacci number is we have to initialize the first two numbers, and then from then onwards we have to add the first two numbers and assign it to the next number. But if you look carefully, there is a small mistake in the last two lines of the code. There is not it's not a mistake, but first of all we have to assign num2 to the num1. So num1 is equal to num2, then after num2 is equals to sum. We have to interchange the last two lines. That's the correct solution. So this is the solution. Once we print the number, basically after printing the number, we have to swap it. I mean num1 is equals to num2, and then after num2 is equals to the sum or previous Fibonacci number. And next automata fix question is to write a function for reversing the array elements. We are given an input array and also we are given the size of an array. All we need to do is write a function to reverse all the elements of the array. So for this we have to use the simple logic. We have to run a for loop, and we have to run the loop until the half of the size of an array, and we have to follow the swapping rule, and we can also use the temp variable. And here some sample test cases are given. The solution for this code is given in the next slide. So if you observe, basically a simple for loop is used in the function array reverse, and the arguments are the length of an array and also the input elements, array elements, and a temporary variable is used, and we have swapped those elements. By this we can obtain the reversing the array elements. So the next question is a simple function called count digits, and basically all we have to do is first of all find out the total number of the digits present in the given number, and then after we have to divide the given number with the total number of digits by it. Finally we have to find the remainder. So if you observe the test sample case, 782 total number of 782 total number of digits are 3. So when 782 is divided by 3, we get the remainder 2. So Basically, everything looks fine, but there is a small error in this code. If we observe the function within it, we have found the total number of digits and we have assigned it to the count variable. So once we get the count, we have to find the remainder by using percentile. But here a num variable is reduced to 0. Only then the while loop is terminating. So for that we have to use a temporary variable, and before that we have to assign the number to the temporary variable, and then we have to use the variable within the function. Finally, we can return num percentile count. So here we are retaining the value of the number by using the temporary variable. That's it. So moving on to our next question, and here we are supposed to print a given pattern, specific pattern. For example, test case, if a number is equals to 4, so 4 lines, each line should contain 1. First line should contain the 1 time and second line 2 times, so on. So if the given input is n and there should be n lines, each line containing number of ones is equals to the line number. If we look into the given code, I think this code is perfect. Here we have used 2 for loops and the time complexity is order of n square, and there is no syntactical nor logical error within the code. So this is perfect. Proceeding to our next question, and here we have given a function named check birthday. So we have to check whether the given birthday is correct or not. If the given birthday is correct, we have to return 1, else return 0. So here we are comparing both the month and the date. A birthday is correct only if and only if both the date and month should be correct. So if you observe the given code, here the string is comparing only the month and day, but they have used OR. Even if at least one of them is right, it is going to be returned 1. So what we need is only both the month and day should be matched. So we have to use AND operator. So logical AND is used. This is the only mistake in this code. I think we are done. So then the next question is, and here we are given a function called same element count. So this function is going to return an integer representing the number of elements of the input list, which are even numbers, one condition, and the second condition is equal to the element to its right. So if the array element is equal to the number on its right and also the array element is even, so the count is going to be increased. So everything in this code is looks perfect, and we feel that the code is very and going to return the correct output. But there is a very small mistake. If you run this code, this exact code, we are going to get an error called out of bound, because here we are trying to access the array elements beyond its limit. Because if the size of the array is n, but here we are even accessing I plus plus. So for when the value of when we are accessing the final element of the array, even then we are using I plus plus. So we are trying to access beyond its limit. So in order to avoid that, we should run the loop from I is equals to 0, I less than size minus 1. So that is the only mistake. Moving on to the next question, here is a function given count occurrences function. It returns the integer representing the count of occurrence of given value in the input array. We are running the loop from 0 index to the index 1 less than the size of the array, but here there is a very small mistake in the code. We are running the loop, it's fine, but there is no increment. We are not seeing any increment here. So the only mistake is I plus plus. For the given while loop, we need to update the value of I. So a single statement I plus plus, the updation statement is added. Now it looks perfect. And our final question in today's session is, here we are given a function called count element. Here the arguments passed to the function are the size and the integer number and also the array. So basically here we are supposed to count the total number of elements which are greater than twice the given number k. So if we look into the code, it's okay. They have run the loop from 0 index to the size. It's fine, and use the if case. But if we observe that if within the if case, if the array element greater than 2 times the number k, here we are Missed the operator 2 star nemk. That's the only mistake. So I think now the code looks very perfect. So friends, that's it for today's session. I hope you guys have learned some coding questions. So this is just a first part of the series, and I have included very easy questions in this first session. So definitely in the upcoming sessions, I will be including somewhat moderate and difficult level of questions. Hope you guys have enjoyed the session and learnt at least to some extent.